Myself, Nivruti Patare from Rabadur Narayanrao Borake College, Rampur, District Ahmednagar State, Maharashtra, conducted by Red Shikshan Samstha. Today, we will learn 11th Science Physics, chapter number 11, Electric Current through Conductors. Electric current through conductors is a important chapter regarding the view of students. So, we shall study one by one. Introduction, electric current, flow of current through conductors, drift velocity of electrons, and then Ohm's law. So, in the part of introduction, we shall discuss the conductors contains large number of electrons. We know conductors, bad conductors, insulators, and another is conductivity is in midway between the good conductors and bad conductors are called semiconductors. So now these are the conductors. For good conductors of electricity, we know there are certain metals. For example, copper. We know copper metal contains a large number of atoms. Copper metals contains a large number of atoms, and now in a normal state the atoms are randomly oriented, means it's not have a specific directions. The atoms in a normal conditions are oriented randomly. So, the net charge flowing through this conductor is 0. In normal conditions, so there is no any charge flow through the conductor because the atoms are moving randomly. However, if the electricity is applied across the such types of conductors, then due to the external applied electric field, the electrons are flowing through the conductors in the forward directions, and in the opposite direction of flow of electrons, the current is flowing are called conventional direction of current. Just like this, suppose this is a conductor. Across this conductor, an external applied field is applied, that is negative, positive terminal of the battery. Then the electrons are moving. Suppose you are point A to point B. The electrons are moving from point A to point B. The electrons are moving, that is the negative charge of these electrons are moving from point A to point B, and now suppose here battery is applied, is like this, that is positive to negative. So the direction of conventional direction of current is from point B to A. From point B to A. Now this is the direction of conventional current is opposite to the direction of flow of electrons in the conductors. So we can say that the electrons and the applied positive charge is in opposite to each others, and now in this case we can say that the current is flowing through these conductors. Now the electric currents, points in electric currents we will discuss regarding it. Suppose a metal consists of electrons in a random directions. Now suppose this is a plane. Now in a figure it consists negative charge, that is electrons, positive charge, that is applied positive charge. Let's say like it, negative, positive, negative, yes, positive, yes, like this, negative, positive, negative, positive. So figure shows that in this figure the negatively and positively charged particles flowing randomly, means it no have a specific directions, that is randomly in a forward directions. Now this is the forward directions, forward directions. In a forward directions, the positively charged plus Q charge, and in the forward directions also the negatively charged, that is minus Q. So the net charge is Q is equal to Q plus minus Q negative. So for a steady flow, this quantity is proportional to time t. So the ratio charge by time, the ratio charge by time is defined as the current. That is, we can say that the flow of charge, the flow of net charge through the conductors in a time t is called electric current. So electric current we can write here I equal Q upon T. We know the SI unit of current, SI unit of current, it is denoted by letter I, is ampere, and its symbol is capital A. Also we know SI unit of charge, SI unit of charge is coulomb, denoted by capital C, and another quantity time, the SI unit of time is second. Yes, symbol S letter. Let I be the current varying with time. Let delta Q be the amount of net charge flowing across a plane from time t to t plus delta t, from time t to t plus delta t, that is during the time interval delta t, then current is given by this I of L equal limits of delta Q upon delta T as delta T tends to 0. Delta T tends to 0. Here I is the current. I is the current when during the lighting the high current is produced, that is near about 10,000 ampere. Also a small unit is microampere of current, that is current is measured in different units, milliampere, microampere, ampere, nanoampere, as in etc. Now ampere is the biggest unit and nanoampere is the smallest unit of current measurement. Next point, flow of current through conductors. Flow of current through conductors. In flow of current through conductor units, consider a small section of conductors and across it a battery is connected. External feed is connected. Suppose here positive, here negative. Suppose here point A, here point B, and we know the good conductors which contains a large number of free electrons. When an external applied feed is applied across these conductors, then the free electrons comes in the direction of the field. It's like this. Now this is the electrons and the charge is electron is negative. Now due to an external applied field, the electrons moves in the direction opposite to the applied external field. It means the charge of electrons is negative, the charge of on the charge is positive. So the positive charge and the negative charge are opposite to each others. So therefore here the direction of conventional currents, here a battery, here a negative, here a positive, as negative, positive. So the positive charge are flowing from point B to point A. In the opposite direction, the electron is moving in these directions, that is in the opposite directions of flow of positive charge. Now this is the conventional direction of current. Thus the negative charge and positive charge are moving in opposite directions in the conductors, and it means that the current flowing through the conductors. Next point is drift velocity. Drift velocity means the velocity of electrons, or it is also called drift speed. Suppose this is the metals. Now the metals contains number of free electrons is like this. The electrons are moving randomly, means they have no specific directions, they move anywhere in the conductors. However, if we apply the external electric field across this conductor, then what will happen? The electrons and applied positive charge, applied external field, that is positive charge, is opposite to each others. opposite is to each others, and the electrons flowing through these conductors are called drift velocity of electrons. Now, the velocity of the electrons is different in different metals. For example, in coppers, the drift velocity is 10 raised to minus 4 meter per second to 10 raised to minus 5 meter per second. Whereas the electron, the random speed is of the order of 10 raised to 6 meter per second. Now, here n is number of electrons, free electrons per unit volume of the wire or the conductor. N is number of electrons. Here suppose L is total length of the conductor, L is length of the conductor, and the charge we can find out by using the total number of electrons in the total length L of the conductors is N into L, N into A into L, where A is area of cross section. Thus the total charge in the length L of the conductor is Q equal charge equal NL. N means number of electrons, is area, and L is total length, and is charge, electronic charge, that is NaLe. This is the total charge that moves through any cross section of the wires in a time interval t. So we can write time t is equal to, by the relation velocity is equal to distance by time, that is velocity is drift velocity. So the distance means the length of conductor, that is L upon drift velocity V suffix d, that is L upon Vd. So time t equal L upon Vd. So from these equations we can write current I equal Q upon T. Here Q N A L E upon time t, here L upon Vd. Q upon T, Q N A L into E upon T, that is L upon V suffix d, drift velocity. So here L will get cancelled, so we can write I equal N A E into Vd, that is N A E into Vd, that is drift velocity, that is V suffix d. In this equation, N means number of electrons is cross section, and is charge, electron charge, V suffix d, that is the drift velocity of electrons. Also we can find out Vd is equal to, or we can write it V suffix d is equal to I upon N A into E. but I upon A is nothing but J, that is current density. Current density is denoted by letter J is equal to I upon A. I upon A is nothing but current density. And now this current density is uniform over the cross section area A of the wire, and its unit we can write here current ampere, area, meter square. Ampere, meter square. So SI unit of current density is ampere per meter square. It is here J is equal to current density, J is equal to I upon A. Also we can write J is equal to VD is equal to J into NA VD, that is J equal NE into here drift velocity VD. Now this is the current density. The next point is Ohm's law. Ohm's is a name of scientist. Now, scientist Ohm has found that the relation between current flowing through the conductor and the potential differences produced across that conductors. And now he used a number of metals for conduction of the current, and across his conductors he has found the relation between current and potential difference, that is V. When a current is flowing through the conductors, the potential difference is produced across the conductor is directly proportional. He was found that the relation between current and potential difference across the conductor. When an electric current are flowing through the conductor, the potential difference is produced across the conductor is directly proportional, and at that time the physical state of the conductors remains constant. That is I proportional, Ohm's law, I proportional V or V proportional I. I proportional V or V proportional I. So you can write V is equal to, that is constant, into R, that is constant R into I. Now this is the constant. Now this physical state of the constant remains as long as constant when the current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference is produced across this conductor V. That is, we can write this R equal V upon I. Now this ratio V upon I is constant. And now the SI unit of resistance is Ohm. SI unit of resistance is Ohm. It is denoted by letter capital M is Ohm. The also symbol of Ohm is like this. Now the resistance, that is, now this R is called resistance, the constant R is called resistance of the conductor. Now this resistance and conductance of the conductor are reciprocal to each other. That is, conductance is denoted by letter C equal 1 upon R. We know SI unit of resistance R is Ohm, that is 1 upon Ohm, or we can write it SI unit of conductance is 1 by Ohm, 1 by Ohm. It is Ohm inverse. Or it is also called just like this. 1 by ohm or ohm inverse. And the another name is for ohm inverse or ohm raised to minus 1 are called Siemens, or the another name is Siemens. Now the SI unit, thus the SI unit of conduct is Siemens or ohm inverse. Now the current flowing through the conductors is directly proportional to each other. Then if you plot the graph, V versus I, then this curve is a straight line. It means V and I are directly proportional, and the physical state of the conductor, that is resistance, is constant throughout.